Have you ever wondered why some gardens seem to flourish effortlessly while others struggle? Is it magic, or is it just practical practices? Is it garden magic or just regular practical practices? And since today is Saturday, and you know what that means, we go to you and we celebrate what's going on in your garden. We've got some contributors to this channel that make it look effortless. I guarantee you, they have some struggles along the way. We all do. But there is some practical advice everybody can employ that'll make you have a better harvest, guaranteed. Growing a garden is no different than working out in the gym. You don't get great big muscles by just doing it one time. You got to put in the work. And the hardest work you ever do in a deep mulch garden is harvest. And to get there is a little bit of consistent work that you need to do. You need to promote that life in the soil. Looking at all of our contributors, they have one thing in common. They've helped feed that soil, which has given them a wonderful harvest. So much so, let's take a look at Walter. He has gone from a chaos, small, deep mulch garden into the kitchen. He not only is making dill pickles this year, he's making spicy sweet pickles. Walter, I'm gonna have to get me a jar of those. Those look just delicious. And the hardest work you do now is harvest. Walter, that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you for sharing, giving us the motivation to come out here every day and try to grow a pickle. Even when it looks effortless, you can see I have some damage over here on some of these leaves. We go ahead and prune a lot of the damaged leaves off, but if you don't want to spray, you're going to have to share a little, and that means you'll have some cucumber beetles coming in chewing on the leaves. So we've got predators in here that don't mind chewing on the cucumber beetles. And just like working out at the gym or saving money for a car, you start small. At least most people do. Guarantee you, Arnold didn't go in the gym and start pumping thousands of pounds right off the bat. That's how Kevin started. 2020, he had 2 raised beds. And over the years, tending to the life in that soil and gradually growing, he's turned it into the container raised bed garden you see today. And now the hardest work Kevin does is harvest. As our tomatoes are starting to ripen, Don shows us that it's salsa time. And they're doing the hardest work you ever do in a deep mulch garden. Just look at the tomato haul. And just look at that salsa. Lori also wanted to share some of the hardest work from their garden. Just check out that garlic harvest. And the beans are just now starting to come on. Lori, this is wonderful. Thank you. I really do mean the hardest work you do in a deep mulch garden is harvest. So it's not magic. You lay down mulch 4 inches thick or thicker. You keep adding when it gets thin. You water when it gets real dry and you just do the finger test. You dig down a little bit. If that soil is moist, it's moist. You don't have to worry about it. But when you water right there at the plants. Don't water across the mulch. All you're gonna do is get the top of the mulch wet, and that doesn't help anything. Bruce almost did a no-no in the Orlando deep mulch food forest. Took a little vacation. When he came back, look what they found. Everything's thriving. When you do a deep mulch garden, you don't necessarily have to be there all the time. If you take a week off in most traditional gardens, what you come back to, you're probably not going to be real happy with. But when you have a deep mulch garden with living soil, it retains the moisture, it moderates the temperature. It doesn't need you every day. You don't have to be out there pulling weeds all the time. Bruce, I saw the pictures from your vacation. It looks like you had a great time, and your garden still looks wonderful. Now, I invite you to become part of this community and share what's going on in your garden. No obligation, doesn't cost anything. You just send in some pictures now and again. Let us celebrate what's going on in your garden. After all, this is where we get ideas, this is where we get inspiration, and this is where I get the motivation to come out here every day and show you just what's possible in a deep mulch garden. There is no magic, just some practical applications. Feed that life in the soil with heavy mulch, takes care of just about all of it. You can do this too. Not only is Larry loaded with blueberries, his container garden is thriving. so you don't have to have a lot of room to grow a lot of food and it look effortless. I guarantee you he's had some struggles, but he's overcome them. By feeding that life in those containers, just look at what he's growing. Larry, thanks for the inspiration and showing us just what's possible in a garden. Now, we put this trellis on these peppers the other day. They were all falling over. It doesn't take very much to support your peppers. Once you get that in place, it looks effortless. But if you don't support your peppers, they will fall over. Same thing with your tomatoes. Those little wire rings, you're not going to be happy. Those tomatoes start getting some weight on them, just like everything else is trellising. Adding a couple trellises to your garden makes your garden look effortless. But that's just a little pre-planning. That's just like going to the gym. The more reps you do, the easier it is. It won't be too long, we'll start eating fresh sweet corn. What do you have growing in your garden that's your favorite? What do you want to try to grow in your garden? Leave a comment down below. Mike and Linda's got a pretty nice coup shot coming on, and just look at that sweet potato patch. You're going to have tons of food all fall and all winter. Hit that like button. It'll tell YouTube to push this out to more people that might want to learn how to grow a garden. But look at this trombone. I don't know how big this thing's supposed to get, and so far is holding. I don't know if I need to support it. I guess we'll see what we get. We got a couple more over here that seem to be doing pretty good. When they said these things got big, I had no idea. If they really taste anything like butternut, I'm just tickled. One of our favorite squashes. If you'd like to learn more about how all this works, I've written a book, Build Healthy Soil and Eliminate Most Weeds. You can get a copy, there's a link down below. It's cheaper than the last bag of fertilizer you'll never have to buy again. We haven't put a drop of fertilizer on this garden in 7 years. We don't spray. We seed a little heavy because we know we're going to share a little bit. I do have the fences up. Keep the deer out. Try to keep that groundhog out. But what we found is a little hot pepper juice and castor oil sprayed around the garden. He kind of went away. He decided he didn't like what it tasted like anymore. And it doesn't affect the taste of the food for us. Now, if you feed the life in the soil, turn around, and just like magic, you get a hot pepper. So what do you think? We got to taste that first Reaper of the year? That's going to be a hot one. I think I want to slice this up, add it with lunch. You can do this too. And until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant. Let's go plant garden.